stand for that flag. Alright, this is how you do a soldier course above doors, windows. You can see, well, this is basically 29 inches across. So I did 3 full bricks, as you can see that way, and 3 full ones there. The other one is sitting right here. I haven't put it up yet. But anyway, if you notice, well, I didn't do all this trim yet in the trim under there, but if you notice, see how I have a drip ledge under the bricks, because you figure when rain comes down here, it can't, you know, water is horrible. Well, it's good, but you know, anyway, it can seep, flow back, and then drip down inside, and you don't want it rotting it out. The wood that I used above the window was treated anyway. I didn't deliberately use treated, it just happened to have some 1x12 that was treated for the wood foundation. And then I covered, you can see I used aluminum to bend the drip edge. That way there, if rain does get behind it, it'll drip out. Now what I did, now mine happened to be 8 3/4, I believe. But anyway, if you start on the ends, right, on the ends and work your way in, then you'll wind up with your center soldier brick pretty close to being center. So I will show you how to do that. Like you see in this window here, well, you can't really tell because it all blends in. But anyway, if you start from both sides and work your way in, then you'll reach the center of the window. Or if you're not concerned about it, start at one end, work your way across. You can see this brick here is the next one in line will get cut. And this one here, I'm going to put in first, so it'll lock in. And then what I'll end up doing is I'll cut the center one, so I don't think you really need to see me put the bricks in, but I guess I could do that. So let me pause it for a second, put it on the tripod. Alright, you can see I got 2 screws there. Now one thing that'll happen, now if you run these screws in too tight, you can see it makes a gap, okay? So you have to leave these screws just a pinch out. Yeah, and I mean just a pinch. It's tight, but it's not too tight. Otherwise, like I say, it'll put a gap here. And I still have to trim this one a little bit. If you notice, I got too big of an edge here, so it won't fit in. So I have to trim it. I might be able to just break it off. All right. And it might. Bingo. Now see how nice that fit in there? Okay. Now what I'll do, it won't. Now what I'll do is I'm going to cut this one next. Okay. Good, right? You don't need to see me. So anyway, you definitely want to use some construction adhesive on your last 2 bricks. Obviously they won't hold, and you don't want them to come out. So use construction adhesive to put them in place. It'll sit there. You don't want it to fall on your head. It should be fine just sitting there though. And I believe this is the one I use. Then now the screws I'm using are the longer 4-inch screws. But remember, I'm going through the 3/4 inch lumber, 1 inch of foil board, 5/8 of T111, and then another 1/2 inch of foil board on the inside of that, so that's why I'm using 4-inch screws. So anyway, I'm going to mark roughly, and it's better to make multiple cuts if you need to. So I'll just kind of mark where I need it. And Yeah, I hear a cat meowing. One of the calicos. Just so this brick doesn't fall on my head, I'm going to set it down out of the way. So it's better. Oh, shut up. So anyway, you can see where I kind of cut it, marked it. So you're better off cutting it a little bit too large and then trim as much as you need so you get a nice tight fit. And then it's just a matter of using construction adhesive to, sorry about that. Oh my God. Anyway, so, disaster, right? Really? So anyway, so I'm going to grab a tube of construction adhesive. I'll get this brick cut to size, and then once I get it cut to size, I'll show you the rest. Alright. Now I just happen to be using the Loctite, which I showed you before. I just happen to be using the Loctite 500, whatever. This is a landscape. Just make sure that you use one that is approved for indoor, outdoor. You don't care indoor, but outdoor, because obviously it's going to be exposed year-round to nastiness. And then once I get it up in there, if you notice, I have a piece of 1x here, and I'm going to jam. Well, I'm going to jam that in there, but I got a kind of screwed here. Yeah. But anyway, once I get it up in there, then I'm going to have to move the thing I'm using to stand on, because I can't do it otherwise, obviously. I mean, I could if I had a ladder right here, but I don't. Okay, so anyway, you want to make sure that plenty of construction adhesive. Yeah, it's just a little argument between Bones and oh, knock it off. Yeah. It's all good. They're just arguing. Now, the other thing that I did do, we'll go from here and see how that looks. The other thing that I did do is under here, I did cut a piece of starter strip across for each window, so this brick would be supported, so I wouldn't have any kind of sag or anything. Now the kitchen window, I didn't do that. I just ran them in, drilled them and ran them in, and it was perfect. But I wanted to show you that there is a couple different ways of doing it. So when you put your course over your window, because if you notice, I only have like what, 5 or 6 courses above this, so there's not enough weight to really do anything. So I could do without the starter strip, but I wanted to show you can either use it with the starter strip or without. They recommend using the starter strip. The starter strip is really getting pricey because of Biden inflation, so that changes things. And the construction adhesive you use, you can wait until your brick's dry to do it. I'm not, obviously. So make sure I'm making good contact, which I am. All right, let me grab this one. There we go. All right, plenty good. There we go. You can see that's jammed in there good. It's not going to go anywhere. I'll leave that wood in there probably until tomorrow to make sure we're good, we're sealed. I know I'm making good contact. Yeah, that's bowed up a little bit, but once I release it, you can see there's a gap in here all the way, but when I put my next piece of trim on there, it'll force this up because I still have to run my trim for the sides, which I don't have bent yet. So anyway, that's really all there is to a soldier course. Now you can see this isn't dead center, it should be here. Now if you wanted to get fancy, you could cut this one and this one, so they would both wind up the same size in the center. I'm a little bit off because it's not, you know, perfect, but I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem. Once this dries, you won't even be able to notice it. So anyway, that's how simple it is to do a soldier course. Just remember, full lumber behind it, trim, drip edge. I mean, you could caulk this, but you want the drip edge to remain open, so if any water drips, it'll drip out. And anyway, that's it. So there you go. Soldier course is in. Looks good. Everything's happy. And there you go. That's how you do a soldier course. And you can't really use enough construction adhesive, so don't worry about using too much. That's really not going to be an issue. And there you go. So, and you can see that one there. Well, you really can't see, but anyway, that one there is good also. I still have to bend the trim for the one. I replaced the sash. If you looked at some of the earlier videos, that sash was in pretty rough shape. Now I still have to use the windowsill, so I got to get my big concrete saw. I did a review on it. I forget the name of it. But anyways, because I got to trim all that down, trim the wood down to get the windowsill to sit in there. I already did one on the windowsill, so I don't need to do another one. But anyway, you can see how nice, like I say, once it completely dries, you won't even be able to tell. So anyway, that's really it for your soldier course. So if you want to subscribe, hit the little B in the bottom right hand corner, hit the notification bell, let you know every time I upload a video. And give me a thumbs up if you're a YouTube subscriber to my channel or not. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up, because algorithm and all that, I'm not going to beg people to do it. A lot of people say, oh, make sure you hit the thumbs up. So if you want to hit the thumbs up, do. Thanks for watching my videos.